Hello everyone, my name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about Click-Clack, the Rattlebag, written by Neil Gaiman. Now, before I go into summary and analysis of this work, please remember to give a like, subscribe, and or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. Click-Clack, the Rattlebag is a very interesting work here. It's a very short work. Basically, what happens within this work is that we get a kid that's being babysat by this young man. This young man, he's scared. I would say that he's kind of naive and he's scared throughout the work. He doesn't know exactly what he's doing. He loves the kid's sister, or at least he has an emotion that resembles love, or he thinks he's in love with the kid's sister. This is a little boy. And this story is very ominous, very scary. As soon as you start reading it, you're like, man, this doesn't feel right. They're in a very large house, a house that kind of feels eerie and ominous, and we don't know what's going on. It's very scary. And then they're in the house, the adult male, the boyfriend here, he's watching the kid, and the sister has gone out with some friends or some mates that live in the house, and they're gonna go get some drinks and some things to come back. And the boyfriend is watching the kid here, and the kid is quite scary. And the kid is like, hey, it's my bedtime, can you please give me a bedtime story? And the boyfriend is like, man, I don't, he's like trying to figure out the story to tell the kid, and he doesn't know exactly what to say. And then they think about it. The kid is doing a bunch of things like peering and disappearing, and the kid is very well within control. The kid is quite scary while you're reading about this kid in this short story. And basically the kid leads the adult man, the boyfriend here, upstairs. And when they reach the stairs, he tries to turn on the light or end their journey, and there's no light bulb. The kid's like, oh, the light bulb's gone, there's no light bulb here. And so the kid knows everything, and they're walking in the dark, they're moving around the shadows, and the kid's like, have you ever heard the Click-Clacks? Have you ever heard the Click-Clack, the Rattlebag? Pretty much this monster, or this thing. And the adult male is like, the boyfriend's like, no, I don't know exactly what that is. I've never heard of it. And the kid pretty much describes Click-Clacks, and he says that Click-Clacks are these creatures that pretty much turn everything in your body into liquid, and then they suck everything out of your body through your eyeballs, and then they hang your body up, and they click-clack the bones, they drink everything within your body, like they drink you like a Slurpee, and then your body's just skin and bones, and they click-clack in the wind because the Click-Clacks hang you up, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the guy, I mean, that's pretty morbid, that's a pretty crazy idea. And so that's the story the little kid tells the adult male. That's the story that the boyfriend he hears, and he's led upstairs. And when they reach the kid's bedroom, that's pretty much like an attic or some type of scary dark place. The guy's like, "Hey, I hear something click-clacking in the wind. Something of skin and bones click-clacking in the wind." And then he says, "I feel like these little firm fingers pulling me into the darkness." And the story pretty much ends like that. And from all the evidence, you can just say, well, the little boy is the Click-Clack, the little boy is the monster, and the boyfriend has just been led up to the kid's bedroom to be eaten, or be made into a Slurpee. And that's how the story ends, which is pretty dark and ominous. In terms of deeper meaning here, well, this is a very chilling story. It's a story that pretty much, through all the messages within it, it tells us that the boyfriend is the victim and that he's going to die. The way that he's led upstairs, it's like a predator leading the its prey into its eating zone. And he's led upstairs. There's no light. It keeps getting darker and darker and more ominous. And the little boy doesn't really act scared. It's the adult male here who is acting scared. The boyfriend is acting scared. The sister never comes back home. And sometimes I think about, what if the boyfriend, the sister and the little boy, what if they're in this together, and then they're just, the little sister brought home the boyfriend for dinner. You know, that could have been the whole case. So yeah, the little boy's never scared. You know, it's you know, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you get yourself into. You know, the boyfriend is thinking about love and romance and being with this sister, and the little brother is thinking about eating him as as dinner. And basically, the story goes into darkness and ominous. We don't know what happens to the boyfriend. We don't know what happens to the kid. We just, the last thing we hear is that the click-clacks are in the wind, and you can hear them click-clacking. And for some reason, it's coming from the little boy's room, and that's the little boy's room. If that's the little boy's room, and that's where he sleeps, and there are click-clacks in the room, and the little boy's not afraid, and he's the one that brought up the story of the click-clack, and the boyfriend didn't even know about the click-clacks, we can assume then that the little boy might be the click-clack here. So yeah, yeah, the little boy was never afraid. He's the one that pretty much drove the entire narrative. Even though the boyfriend's the narrator, we can say that the little boy's the monster. And that's the story of Click-Clack the Rattlebag. It's humans that have been eaten, slurped up, and hanged up, and they click-clack with their skin. The skin is like the bag, the bones are the click-clacking things, and they're hung up and they're click-clacking in the wind. Very dark and ominous, but that's the short story. That's what happens within it. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.